together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother in a little bit. But today we got a decent hockey slate, including a hockey game starting in just 4 hours. We have a 2 o'clock game. That's one of the games in Sweden. We do have action on that game. We have action on another game. And we'll be adding action throughout the show here. We have 2 games in the NBA, and of course, we have Thursday night football between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. And overall, it wasn't. Finished down 0.99 units. Wasn't a great day. Nicholls State. In college basketball, Nicholls State had a 6-point lead. They absolutely collapsed in the second half. They lost 91-85. Richmond were up 4 at halftime, and they lost by 7. They did not cover the 4.5. So we were 0-2 in college basketball. Our second truly bad college basketball day. College basketball has been pretty good to start the season, so it happens. NBA had 1 play and it lost by 2 points. The Atlanta Hawks minus 115. They lost 116 to 114. Trae Young did get the double-double. He failed to get his points or pros, but it happens. And then hockey went 3-2-1. Started off with the win with Philadelphia, team total over 2.5 at even money. Unfortunately, if you told me that Philadelphia was going to give me 3 goals, I would have asked you how over did that game go. The Hurricanes only get 1 goal. Which absolutely stunned me seeing that. So that over 6 lost. Somehow, some way, I got Seattle-Edmonton over. That was 0-0 at the end of the first period, and the Oilers forced it into overtime. That was nice to see. So winner there. Anaheim plus 258 was a mistake. I added it because it was a big price, and they did not get the job done. Pretty plain and simple there. Lost 8-2. Colorado went duck hunting, and they shot him 8 times. So it happens. And then the finale of the night, the over 6 does get there with the Islanders and the Canucks. The Canucks -1 pushes, and the Islanders once again blow another third period lead. Whenever this team goes into the third period, and they have a lead, just bet against them. This is a team that they've been very disappointing defensively. They've been bad, and they leave Sorokin out to dry. They gave out 42 shots on goal in regulation. That's not the Islander hockey team that we've been used to for years. So definitely not a bet on team until probably Lane Lambert gets fired, which I'm hoping is sooner rather than later. However, they do play in Seattle today. We will get into that game in a little bit. But we'll head over into the chat, and then we will get into today's games. Good morning. What's good, Juan? What's good, Nathan Serna? Stop Geo saying, what up, though? Let's get it. Good morning, Real Deal Prime. I'm on Mikal Bridges over 4.5 assists at plus 200. Ooh. He's hit 7, 5, and 7 in his last 3 games in Miami. There you go. Cash the Celtics big on Celtics -6, even though it went to 2.5. There you go. CLV be clutch sometimes, but it missed it. It's what it is. People really want this over in Thursday Night Football. I know for sure I don't. You should know Earle Sports Bets. Here we do not advocate for primetime overs. And we will get into that NFL game after the hockey slate. I do like Baltimore tonight. I have grabbed some Baltimore in the under. We will get into that in a little bit. Your morning, Earle Brothers. Good morning, Fernando. But we will get into it here. This game starting in about 4 hours here in Sweden. It's the Sweden game between the Ottawa Senators and the Detroit Red Wings. The Senators minus 125 favorites. Total 6.5 in this game. And let me get up the line history in this spot because there has been some line movement overnight here. And it's moved against me, which I'm not overly surprised that it moved against me, but by how much kind of did. But the line opened up at a 128. It's down to a 124, but it did get down to a 113 last night. And on the total, it opened up at a 6.5 minus 125 to the over. Now it's a 6.5 at minus 138 to the over. We could be seeing sevens too. If we see sevens, I might grab a little bit more of that, the under in this game, because that is where I'm on in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one. 78% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over in this game. We have 60% of the tickets, 52% of the cash is on the Ottawa Senators there. I did play the under last night at plus 113. Now I can get it at plus 120. I wish I waited a little bit. My projected line for this game was a 6. So I wish I maybe would have waited and gotten a 7 on it because I would have really liked the 7. But when you look at it, Detroit offensively has kind of struggled. 2.74 expected goals per game the last 10. They haven't cracked over 3.5 expected goals in those 10 games. The highest they've had is 3.35, and that was against Winnipeg 8 games ago. On the flip side, Ottawa 2.96, which is okay. They haven't had a big game in a little bit either. The last time they had over 3.5 expected goals for was against the Islanders, and that was 7 games ago. So they both kind of have been struggling offensively. I think this line's about correct. I had this game around minus 115 range for the Senators. So really no interest in the side. I did play the under 6.5. If this gets to a 7, I might grab a little bit more 7. I feel like this could also be a decent live betting game where if there is a quick goal and you can get that 7.5, I think that could be very appealing as well. But I'm gonna take the under here in this game. Also, it's an international game, so maybe unfamiliar territory. They start out slow, things along those lines. So I'm on the under 6.5 here. Ottawa and Detroit. Let's get into the chat here. Vermont Catamounts first half. I did not bet that game. Hit 4-legger yesterday. Mavericks minus 10.5. Bucks money line, Knicks money line, and the over 223.5 in the Celtics game. There you go. At plus 1193. There you go. On your way home. All right, take your time to hurry up. Red Wings and the over. I'm not at that number. The over. Good vibes. What's good? Yes, sir. What's good, Justin? Yeah, pass. Stacks Pod, Tyler Boyd, anytime touchdown. And I don't want points in this game, especially Bengals points. So, yeah. Detroit Red Wings, I could see it. Senators over 6.5. Yeah, I'm on the opposite side there. Like the view, you're streaming on top of a roof. Yeah, I'm in a different spot this morning. Heat and VGK, we will get into those teams in a little bit. Ravens first half, that is very tempting. The Ravens first half there. I do expect them defensively to step up. About VGK, we have the VGK here, minus 195, total 6 in this game. They take on Les Habitants. This line opened up at a 195. It's down to a 193. So it's a move towards the Montreal Canadiens. The line opened up at a 6 at minus 120. It's down to a 6 at minus 118. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, we do have 85% of the tickets and 53% of the cash is on Vegas, and the lines move slightly towards Montreal. We have 32% of the tickets and 80% of the cash moving towards the under, or on the under, and the line has moved slightly towards the under in this game. Looking at my projections for this game, I have I think I projected Aiden Hill and Jake Allen. We could see some Montembeau today. That is possible, and it could also be Logan Thompson. So keep an eye out for these starting goaltenders because none are confirmed at the moment. But I do have this game projected with those two goalies, and it could be the complete opposite one there. With some value on Montreal, I have Montreal more like a plus 160 in this game. And both these goaltenders have been good, and I believe both the goaltenders that I didn't have. Logan Thompson's been okay. He's been leaky at times. And Montemo has been better as of late. I kind of can see an under in this game because I have this game projected around 5 goals. The question is, do I want to take a 6 here? Because we've been seeing games go over a decent amount. But for me, this is an under spot, I believe. What is that number? It is a 6 at plus 102. Maybe this gets – no, it's moved towards the under a little bit already. I was going to say maybe it gets to a 6.5. I highly doubt it. But I might be moving on this under 6. I definitely lean towards the under in this game, and maybe a little bit towards the Montreal Canadiens here at home as a little home dog. What's the team total for Vegas? Minus 115 for the under 3.5. That's kind of an interesting look as well because I could see Montreal playing a decent defensive game here at home. So maybe a VGK team total under 3.5 could be an interesting look as well. But it's a lean towards Montreal and the under for me in this spot. Let's see. Yep, and I sprinkled the first quarter. I could definitely see the first quarter, first half for Baltimore. I definitely can. VGK puck line. Good luck. I'll lean the other way. I may try to double dip. Timmy in the chat. Supness, what's good, Lex? Morning, Nick. Good morning, Untouchable. Habs team total. It's not a bad look. I project this game more as an under, but that's not a terrible look. We'll move on, though, as the Arizona Coyotes are traveling to Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets. Arizona minus 120 favorites, total 6.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line movement in this game as we have the Arizona Coyotes opened up at a minus 125 road favorite. Now they're down to 119, and they opened up at a 6.5 minus 120. It's a 6.5 minus 121. So it's a 1 cent move towards the over. And it's a little bit of a move towards Columbus. 51% of the tickets, 88% of cash is on Columbus. So the bigger bets is coming in on the Jackets here. 60% of the tickets and 83% of cash is on the under in this spot. Let's take a look at my projections for this game, which I have Elvis, Merce, Leakins, and Karel Vejmelka. And I think this line's about right. I have this game projected for the Coyotes to be around minus 110, minus 115 favorites. So I think that's about right. And the 6.5 number, I have this game projected at 6.81 goals. So I don't really see too much of an edge in this game. If this was a little bit more risk reward, I may take a shot with Columbus. I get it. Arizona's better this year, but are we really looking at them being road chalk now? Because I get it. Backing Arizona has been decent the last couple of years. That's because they're big dogs on the road, not laying a number on the road. I definitely am not interested in Arizona in this spot. It'd be dog or pass for me in this game, and it would be over or pass for me in this game. Slight lean towards the over wasn't enough for me to pull the trigger on it. I will have other plays on this slate. This is definitely not one of them though. So it's just a lean towards Columbus and the over. It is a no play though for this one. Let's see. Where's the money? Okay, on the total. For Vegas, the big money was coming in on the under. I might move on that under. Fun night again on the ice. Same game parlay. Never in doubters. Avs in the over. Oilers in the over. Canucks in the over. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, the Coyotes. Coyotes team total over 3.5. I lean over. Yeah, 2 struggling goaltenders, but this line makes sense. Coyotes and the over. Get ready for that Coyotes gif. Yeah. Over in the VGK game. No. I like the under in that VGK game. Yotes money line. It's Columbus or nothing for me. Tim say, ow, 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 woo! Yotes puck line in this game plus 210. Yeah. And he's saying College of Charleston. That's up to a 3 now. I think we had that game at a pick. I might move on. I might move on Vermont just because for that game. Who knows? We'll move on, though. Pittsburgh Penguins are hosting the New Jersey Devils in this game. The Penguins are minus 135 favorites. They're total of 6.5 in this game. Line opened up at 155. It's down to a 135 now. A big line movement towards the Devils in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 125. It's down to a 6.5 at minus 123. So slight movement towards the under here as well. 88% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over. That does make me a little bit worried. I'm looking at this over, and I think I still might get to this over because Devils overs have just been a thing. 71% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Devils, which explains a lot of why this line has moved the way it is. Even though they're still without their top two centermen. They're still without Hughes. They're still without Hughes, which is a problem for this New Jersey Devils team. I want to see, guys. No, it's still Michael McLeod and Dawson Mercer on your top two lines. And I don't think Hughes or Hughes are coming back anytime soon. No, they're both still out. And for me, no Hughes, no Hughes, no Devils for me. Is kind of the way that goes. 135 is a reasonable price here for the Pittsburgh Penguins, I believe, in this game. Looking at my projection for this game here, Yari has been pretty good, and I have Vitek Vanacek projected. It could be a Kira Schmid, which has been pretty bad this year. I have the Penguins projected for 4.05 goals, so I do see this game as an over, and I probably will play this over. And instead of asking the Penguins to win this hockey game, I might just grab their team total. Yeah, that's much more affordable, actually. Penguins team total over 3.5 at minus 110. That is going to be a play for me. And the full game over 6.5. Devils overs. I could easily see this being 4-3 Penguins. And I would lean Penguins money line if I had to get to a side here. This game minus 135 is within my range of something I would lay on a money line. So I would lean towards the Penguinos here. At the minus 135 price tag. I did play the Penguins team total over 3.5. This has been a team that's actually been playing pretty good hockey as of late. And if you look at their advanced numbers, they're pretty good as well. So this was a team that I have not been fading because my numbers suggested we were going to see some positive regression here from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And that's exactly what we have gotten. As much as I hate this team, I saw the writing on the wall that as long as Yari played halfway decent, this team was going to win hockey games. They won 5-3 against Columbus, 4-0 against Buffalo, 4-3 against LA, 2-0 against Anaheim, 10-2 against the San Jose Sharks. So they put up at least 4 goals in 4 of their last 5 games. I think we continue on that streak here. Penguins team total over 3.5, minus 110. Full game over 6.5 at minus 126. Yeah. I'm done betting on the Yotes. What am I doing? It's simple. They're pricing the Yotes like a competitive team now. So, I mean, St. John's minus 5. Let me take a look here at what I got for this game. St. John's. I have that's a 5 now. Dang, I might have to grab some St. John's because I have them as a 1-point dog. That may be an ad for me. Is St. John's? I did not know that they were. Oh, my bad. It wouldn't be St. John's. It'd be the other side. North Texas. Some North Texas plus 5. If it's a 5 now. So, Devils overs are still a thing. Yeah, because their goaltending still sucks. Sprinkled the old dusty Penguins puck line. Yeah, I think the Penguins are a team that are going to play well early in the season, and eventually Crosby or Malkin or Letang are going to get hurt because they're old, and they're going to then start to struggle once the injuries mount up. I was thinking of a Pens Heat moneyline parlay. Could be interesting there. Who's the goalie for the Penguins? I'm projecting Tristan Jarry. That would just be my guess. Pens puck line, yeah. No Hughes, no W. NJ looks lost without him. They 100% do. Pass. And then one asking about Denver minus 2.5. They played yesterday. We lost a bet against them yesterday. That line's about right. Minus 2.5 for. Oh wait, Denver minus 2.5. Then there would be value on Denver at 2.5. But not something I'm looking to bet now. We'll move on. We have 1, 2, 3, five more hockey games. Tampa Bay Lightning minus 180 on the road. Total of 6.5 in this spot. Kind of crazy that this line is the way it is. Opened up at 175. It's up to 180. This is a revenge game. These two teams just played a little while ago. We cashed a big ticket with the Chicago Blackhawks last time these two teams played. And line opened up at a minus 125. It's up to a 126 for the over 6.5. So a 110 line movement towards the over and a small movement towards the Lightning. 71% of the tickets and 69% of the cash will produce a small line movement towards the Lightning. 89% of the tickets are on the over, and the line has moved up that way. I have this game projected for Mrazek and for Johansson, and it's pretty simple. I am not laying minus 180 on the road with the Lightning. That is not going to happen. It's just whether or not I want to pull the trigger on the Chicago Blackhawks at this number. The Lightning have really struggled on the road this year. This is a team that's kind of predictable. You back them at home, you fade them on the road. Here are their last few road games. They lost 5-0 to St. Louis. They did get the win over Montreal 5-3. It was a little bit of a struggle win there. They lost 6-5 to Toronto. They squeaked out a win against Ottawa 6-4. They lost to Columbus 4-2, and they played a ton of home games to start the year. This is a Tampa Bay Lightning team where once they do get Vasilevsky back, I'll be much more interested in them. I need to see Vasilevsky play for a week or two, and if he looks good, he looks healthy and all that, I'll probably grab some Tampa Bay Lightning futures. The only thing they have to get settled is their road game here is just terrible. And laying $1.80 on the road with them is a absolute no thank you for me. I'll probably land on the Blackhawks in this game at plus 160. I think that there is value on the number here with Chicago in this spot. They are coming. They did just beat Tampa Bay, which is the one thing that does make me a little bit nervous. It's a short-term revenge spot for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But once again, I think the Blackhawks are a live underdog, and I think this line's priced completely off. So it'd be Hawks or nothing, and I'm going to move on the Hawks. I'm going to move on the Hawks here. They're plus 160. I'm going to move on the Chicago Blackhawks here at plus 160. I definitely think there's value on the number here. Well, actually, I want to see one more thing real quick. I want to see what their team total is. Maybe I just move on their team total. 2.5 minus 150. No, thank you. Chicago Blackhawks money line plus 160. I'll lock that in for that game. So Chicago plus 160 against Tampa Bay. Tim passing on this spot. No zigzag effect. I'll take the over. Not really interested in the side. It's Blackhawks or nothing for that. Yes, absolutely. Blackhawks plus 1.5. Yeah. Fade Tampa until their goalie comes back. Yeah. Blackhawks minus 1.5. Go knock yourself out. I'm just going to stick to the money line. LOL. Bedard, anytime goal. I could see that. Yeah. And then St. Louis. Which St. Louis? I'm assuming you've asked a bunch of college basketball, so because the Blues also play today. But I have that game at a 4. It's a 5. It's a slight lean towards the dog in that spot there. May tails those Penguins with you, yeah. But we'll keep on keeping on here. The Canucks, they've now traveled to Calgary to take on the Flames, minus 140 for the Flames, total 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. And wow, there's been some line movement. This line opened up at a 116 for the Flames. It's up to a 141. Now, the Canucks are coming in off of a back-to-back. We will get into that there. Line opened up at a 125 for the over 6.5. It's now a minus 118. So the Flames are coming in off of a back-to-back where they did play in overtime last night. 77% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the Flames. So that's why the line's moved the way it is. 37% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the under in this game. And this line has moved towards said under. Let's take a look at my projection for this game. I have Markstrom, and it's going to most likely be DeSmith. I do not have any projections for this game because I do not have I do not have the Canucks numbers from last night, so I'm going to quickly punch in those numbers for that game here, because when I was done with my spreadsheet last night, I the Islander game was not over yet, so I wasn't able to get the numbers from this game to put into my spreadsheet for this one. Wow, the Canucks absolutely dominated that game last night. The Islanders were lucky to get away with a point. 5.51 to 2.95. This Canucks team has been so good this year. And at this number, I mean, it's got to be Canucks or nothing. 3.578 expected goals for the last 30 days at 3.094 against. I don't understand how they are making the Canucks this big of dogs, other than they just played an overtime game last night. I'm not trustworthy of the Flames. That's just, I'm not going to lay a number on the Flames here. This is 100% Canucks or nothing. And I'm going to move on the Canucks. I get it. It's not the greatest of spots. There's a reason why this line has moved up, and it is very nerve-wracking backing a team on a second half of back-to-back. Going from Vancouver to Calgary is not a bad travel spot, though. As we'll get into the team that plays next, the Islanders, I see this as a spot where this line is just too wide at this point. And if I lose that, too bad, or it is what it is. Give me the Canucks. Canucks plus 126. And I get it. They just played a back-to-back. They went to overtime last night. They won in overtime and a comeback win. So not the greatest of spots, but this is just a straight line play for me. This game should not be minus 140 for the Flames. So give me some Canucks action here in this spot. Thinking of fading my LSU college basketball team today. No way. The SEC team is plus money. LSU. I have that game priced at a pick'em, so I mean it makes sense. I'm not going to bet it though. Kind of lean Flames puck line. No. Yes, St. Louis. Yeah, you're good. The Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, the Canucks. I don't like the Flames as favorite, but give me the plus money with the Canucks. Yep. There you go. Canucks money line again. Run it up. They want your money on Calgary. Flames and Untouchable will take the over this one. We'll go from one team that played a back-to-back last night to the other. Another. Both these teams actually did. My bad. Both these teams, the Seattle Kraken and the New York Islanders, both did. Line opened up at a 110. It got up to a 118, back down to a 113. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108. It's down to a 6 at minus 101. So I'll move towards the under and a slight move towards the Seattle Kraken. 52% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the Islanders. 67% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the over. And yet this line's moved towards the under. It's going to be Semyon Varlamov and Philip Grubauer, the goalie matchup for this game here. And very similar to the last game, I still need to punch in numbers for the Islanders from last night, who were once again dominated. This is just like I said the last game, the Islanders were lucky to get a point out of last night, as they were outplayed. They pretty plain simply were outplayed. And on the flip side here, let me get up Seattle's numbers. I did not get Seattle's numbers in here at all. I'm completely slacking on this game. Seattle was the much better team last night, 4.77 to 3.85. And unfortunately, they are coming in off an overtime loss as well. So both these teams coming in, they have to travel back because, this was what they were in. No, they were in Edmonton last night. They were in Edmonton. They have to travel back to Seattle. The Islanders were in Vancouver. They have to travel to Seattle now. So this is a tricky spot for both these teams. The Islanders have really been struggling, 6 straight losses now. And the crazy part is that they're holding leads in these third periods. And you got to imagine that Lane Lambert's coaching for his job right now with the way this team continues to blow leads in the third period. They're a completely untrustworthy team. Pretty plain and simple, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, Varlamov has quietly been outplaying Sorokin this year. And when you look at it, now I'm not going to put that type of number because we've not seen enough from Varlamov. But if I have to be honest, Varlamov's looked like the better goaltender so far, which is crazy to say. I would lean Islanders in this game, but I would only take them in the first period. What is that Islanders first period? Because they are one of the best first period teams. -110 Islanders first period. They're one of the better first period teams, and then they fall apart late is their problem. They don't hold leads. Maybe Varlamov plays pretty well tonight. He is the last time we saw Varlamov, he lost. He gave up three goals to the Capitals. He gave up 4 goals to the Wild, but previous to that, he shut out both the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Washington Capitals. When he's a weird thing with Varlamov is he's a much better road goaltender than he is at home. Both those games where he got scored on a lot were at home, and it would be Islanders or nothing for me, honestly. As much as I do not trust this New York Islanders team right now, both these teams are off of bad spots. I don't want to lay a number with the Kraken. And at this price, I don't know if there's enough risk reward for the Islanders, but it's Isles or nothing for me, especially at this line. Varlamov has quietly been the better of the 2 goaltenders so far for the Islanders, and it's ugly, but I'm going to actually take it here. I'm gonna have some faith here in the boys. New York Islanders plus 100 for me. I'm going to take a shot here at the Islanders in this game. Let's see. Senators in the over. I'm on the under. Kraken money line. Kraken money line and Eberle anytime goal. Yeah. Islanders might be pissed off after that loss. I mean, then they've probably been pissed off the last 5 games. And they keep losing. McCann to score prop once I get paid to the window. Yeah, there you go. The battle of ex-Capitals goaltenders. Both teams lost to Canadian comebacks last night. Yeah, pass. Both these teams had leads, and they blew them and lost in overtime. So this is a game I really like. The St. Louis Blues and the San Jose Sharks. The Blues are up to -195 now with a total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Did a free pick video for this game last night. The line opened up at a 200. It did get down to a -170 at one point. It's back up to a 195. So a little bit of line movement there, a little bit of U-shaped line movement there. Line opened up at a 6.5. It's down to a 6. So the line's moved towards the under, and the line's moved slightly towards the Sharks, but a lot of line movement has come in on the Blues. 90% of the tickets are on the Blues. There, 25% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the under. And it's very understandable the line moving towards the under in this spot. And I actually kind of agree with the line moving towards the under. I have this game projected for 5.67 goals. So I do think that this is one of those games where we see this game trend towards an under. Jordan Binnington's my projected goaltender against Mackenzie Blackwood. Don't look now. Binnington's number 2 in the NHL in goals saved above average. And the Sharks, they last game scored 3 goals for just the third time this season. And I am already on the St. Louis Blues -1. That is one of the plays I got. I got it at -114 last night. Let me see what it would be now, because it's -195 and +125. I got a decent line with it. I got 179 and 145 last night. So it's now 195. 195 and 125. It's now a -131, so a big line movement here towards the Blues. I'm fine with the -131 if you don't want to do that. Blues puck line is probably just fine at +125 as well. And I'm going to take the Sharks team total under 2.5. I'm going to back Jordan Binnington here, who has been phenomenal this season. And like I said, heading into the year, Jordan Binnington's one of those guys where he either be really, really bad or elite. Like he's one of the largest range of outcomes for the St. Louis for goaltenders in the NHL. So he's somebody where he's either going to be really, really good or not so much. So and he's been awesome to start the year. I'm on the Blues -1 at -114. I got that last night. I'd probably just play the puck line at this point. Minus 131 is not bad for the -1. Still, it is still the San Jose Sharks. And I think the best place to fade the Sharks is at home because you'll get a better number fading them. And I'm also going to be on the Sharks team total under 2.5 at -120. And here comes Tim telling us the Sharks money line for whatever reason, even though they keep losing.
No, I'm done with the Sharks.
Good.
I just don't feel like betting them anymore. They just are a really bad team, and to be honest, I'm not even touching this game. There's no way I'm laying a number or even grabbing a puck line for the Blues. I know fading the Sharks has been one of your most profitable things this year because the Sharks are 2-13-1, and they're 3-13 against the puck line. So they're getting puck lined almost every single game. I know it's been profitable for you. I'm going to stay off of it because the moment I start jumping on it, the Sharks will end up starting to win. So I'll let you keep on winning with it because I haven't been on it. So I can't jump on the trend now. This one's going to be a stay away from me. But go Sharks.
Yeah, and don't look now. The St. Louis Blues are in a playoff spot right now, and I don't think that's going to change. I think this is a playoff team this year, the St. Louis Blues team, especially if Bennington keeps giving them the goaltending that he has so far. And they'd be the 8th seed right now. They would be playing the number 1 team in the West, the Vancouver Canucks, right now in the playoffs.
Vancouver's elite.
Vancouver is the number 1 team in the West right now, which is insane.
And the fact that they're a dog today to Calgary, who's not even in a playoff spot, is crazy.
Yeah, I do understand that thought process. It's pretty simple for me though. It's because they're on a back-to-back. That's the reason why. It's because they're on the back-to-back. They played an overtime game last night. They have to travel, so it's not a good spot for them, which is why the line is the way it is.
Yeah.
Back to the chat here. Now that you're here, I can get my numbers together for NBA.
Blues -3.5. Sheesh. No. Oh no, Timmy's got a Sharks jersey on. Boo.
Yeah, boo.
Hey, it was either grabbing a Sharks jersey. I could have grabbed the VGK one. I wasn't wearing Sabres because the Sabres suck, and my other one was the Ducks, and they played last night and got clobbered, so I was not wearing the Ducks. So I will say today's NBA card is awful. I don't think I'm going to get to any. Oh wait, Brooklyn Nets are playing. Never mind.
Brooklyn Nets are playing. Yeah, I haven't even put my numbers together for the NBA, to be completely honest. So I'll get those done later.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be extremely useless for the NBA segment, but if I'm even here for it. Last game of the night for the NHL, the Florida Panthers are traveling to LA to take on the Kings. -125 for the Kings, total 6.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. We have the Kings opening up at 125. They got up to a 133 at one point, back down to a 126. So it's been a 1 cent line movement towards the LA Kings in this spot. Line opened up at a 125. It's up to a 128 now for the Panthers. Take a look at the cash flow in this game. 73% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Kings. The line's moved slightly towards them. 56% of the tickets, 50% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. And I have this game projected for Talbot and Bobrovsky. Talbot's been really good to start the year. He has 6.33 goals saved above average. I have the Kings as decent sized favorites in this game. One thing that kind of worries me, these are 2 bet on teams for me right now, the Kings and the Panthers. And where I want the Kings is on the road. That's the only problem for me is I want them on the road. I would lean Kings. It's Kings or nothing for me in this spot, but I really don't want to bet against Florida. I do see value on the Kings in this game, though. Also, I kind of see value in this under. I had this game projected for 5.5 goals, 5.6 goals. The one thing that kind of worries me is I believe these are 2 over teams. The Florida Panthers have been 9-6 of the over, Kings 7-6 of the over. Panthers are coming in on 6 straight overs, and I think this is what's going to keep me off this game. 5-3 against the Sharks, 4-3 against the Blackhawks 5-2 against the Hurricanes, 4-3 against the Capitals, 5-4 against the Blue Jackets, a 5-2 loss against the Blackhawks, and they've won 5 in a row. So this is not a team I'm particularly looking to jump in front of right now. Value is on the Kings in this spot here. Do I want to fade the Panthers? No. Do I want to fade the Kings? No. So these are two teams that are bet on for me going forward. I'm just going to stay off this spot. I think these are two teams that I'd rather bet on than bet against. And even though there's value on the Kings, they don't win at home. I would rather the Kings on the road. So pass here for me.
I am on the Panthers. I got the Panthers on the money line. I believe that was minus. No, sorry, not minus. Plus 115 area. I just like the spot for them. This is a Kings team that I do not want to back on the road. At home. And this is a Panthers team that we thought they were going to struggle to start the year with all the injuries. They have not. They have been one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference to start off the year, which is crazy to think of. But they've been really good, and I'm not in the business of fading them right now. If this was in Florida, different story. Probably look towards the Kings. In LA, give me the Panthers, Nick.
Fair enough. Yeah, this was a game I'll watch because these are two teams I really, really like this year. Especially when Ekblad and Montour come back, this Florida Panthers teams can be good again. They have definitely exceeded my expectations, and I saw this coming. This is why I got off that fade the Florida bandwagon really early because I faded them for the first few games, was very successful doing it, and then I noticed their advanced numbers looked exactly like New Jersey's last year before New Jersey went on an 11-game winning streak. So that was where I picked up on them like, the Panthers are going to go on a run, and that's exactly what they've done so far. So definitely not a team I'm looking to bet against.
Nope, definitely not. Back to the chat.
Where do you leave off?
Right here.
Kings money line?
No.
Give me the Kings. Blues money line, the under 6.5 plus 170. I don't hate that. And actually, I'm kind of interested to see what one prop would be, and I'm going to look that up once we're done with this. But Jordan Bennington to record a shutout. I think that he can do that tonight. Vancouver to Calgary is like 90 minutes. Yeah, it's not a bad flight at all. They don't have to cross over borders either, so I'm not too worried about it. Kings in the over. Panthers are predictable. Fade on the road, back at home. Kings are predictable. Fade at home, back on the road. So that's kind of difficult as well. I don't know how you would want to back me. I'm back. Just got done with a half mile. There you go. Morning. Yeah, there you go. But we'll move into the NFL, where we have the Thursday night football game. The Baltimore Ravens are 3.5-point favorites here, with a total of 46 in this game. We have, let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Let me switch over from hockey to football. Where we have this line opened up at a 3. Look ahead was a 3. It reopened up at a 4. It got down to a 3.5, back to a 4, back to a 3.5. So it's been bouncing back and forth. Look ahead line was a 44. Opening line was a 44. This got up to a 47 at one point. It's down to a 46 now. Move towards the slight move actually towards the over. And it's been bouncing back and forth, but a slight move towards the Bengals, which is no surprise because they're a little bit of a public road dog here in this spot. 65% of the tickets, 68% of the cash on Cincinnati, and it's kind of bounced back and forth. 61% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the over, which explains the line move towards the over here as well. It's pretty plain and simple for me, though. This game is being played at night. It's a primetime game. I'm already on the under, but I'm actually interested in the side in this game as well. And give me them Baltimore Ravens laying the 3.5 points in this game. The Ravens are coming in, having their 4-game winning streak snapped on a last-second field goal by the Cleveland Browns in that 31-33 loss last week. Previous to that, they were beating opponents pretty sound. 37-3, 31-24, 38-6, and 24-16. I see something along the lines of 24-16 tonight. And on the flip side, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, who also had their 4-game winning streak slapped last week. My bad. They lost 30-27 against the Houston Texans. Previous to that, they beat the Bills 24-18. They beat the Niners 31-17. They beat the Seahawks 17-13. They beat the Cardinals 34-20. So both these teams had their winning streak snaps. And the Bengals look too easy in this game. And I think that this number tells you everything. The Bengals only have to stay within a field goal. I see the Ravens by 6 or 7 points in this game, something along the lines of 23-17, 23-16, something along those lines. I have this game lined at 5.5, 6 range. So I see value on the Baltimore Ravens here as well. I like the Ravens in this spot. And if you want to get a little frisky, you could take them first half as well. And I might grab some Ravens first half because this has been a great first half team so far this season. I'm kind of interested to see what that is because I already have the first half under. What is the first half spread here for the – it's a 2.5, which is man. It's a 2.5 and it's juice. I could see them being up 10-7, though, at the end of the first half. So I'm going to lean towards that first half minus 2.5 as well. I was hoping for a -2 or at least not -121 for a 2.5. But I would lean Ravens first half as well. But I'm going to be on the Ravens full game -3.5, first half under, full game under for me.
Yep, I'm on the same page, except for I don't do the first half unders. Full game under, and I'm on the Ravens. I'm actually going to be putting in my picks for the contest tonight because the Ravens will be one of them. I just think the Ravens are I don't want to say by far, but they are definitely the best team in that division. And I think they keep on rolling. When it comes to this, I really do think that the Ravens defense will be able to shut down the Bengals, and the Ravens will be able to do enough on offense with their rushing game that they'll be able to win this one. I don't know, 21-14, 21-17, something in that range. So I do like the under. I also do really like the Cincinnati Bengals in this. The Baltimore Ravens. In this one too.
I want to see what this prop is real quick because I have a feeling they're gonna.
Oh, I can't put it in yet.
There we go. No, because they're not available yet.
Okay.
Also, slight lean on a prop here. Keaton Mitchell over 37.5 rushing yards as well. I think he's going to be a pretty decent size part of that game plan for Baltimore here in the spot.
Yeah, go Keaton. Anytime touchdown?
I'll see what his anytime touchdown is. I don't want to bet touchdowns in games that have unders in. So
yeah, but if I
sounds
have
kind
it
of
in,
productive. Yeah, I understand that.
If I have
Keaton Mitchell touchdown plus 200.
That's it.
Yeah, they really jacked that number down, didn't they?
Yeah, I got 450 last week or 425 last week.
Yeah, and then he scored a touchdown, and they realized that he might be pretty good there. So there you go. But back
Next
to the
up.
chat, and then I'm gonna piece on in here. Huh?
What did you leave off?
That one.
I'm going to post some of my daily system 3-leg alternative NBA prop line parlays I was talking about. Get it. Chet Holmgren over points, Klay Thompson over points, Cam Johnson over rebounds. -115. Get it. You like the Catamounts this morning, Tim? I still need to look at the spreadsheet. Yes, I'm on the Catamounts. There's not a lot of value on it. I just wanted to bet the 11.
They're up to a 3.5.
Okay, there you go. Double unders, first half full game. Yes. Lamar Jackson interception. Yes. I guess. Ravens first quarter. Yes.
I don't hate that look. First quarter -0.5 is even money for the Ravens to come out and lead after the first quarter. I really like that look, actually.
I think LJ said something on the Sunday show that Ravens are a fast start team. Might do same game parlay Ravens and the under.
I want to see what this team total is for the Bengals. I might take a little team total under for Cincy. I expect this Baltimore defense to show up after giving up 31 points last week.
Yep. Bengals beat the Bills. Cardinals beat the Seahawks. Holy shit! Give me the Ravens. Let's go Ravens. Tyler Boyd, over 42.5 yards. Ladder to him, $25 all the way up to 100. Get it. Does it worry you that everyone's humping on the Ravens? No. Quote the Raven, nevermore. There you go. Well, we'll head to the NBA. It looks like Nick is frozen, so I'm going to take him out because he's probably going to be heading out anyways. We'll head over to the NBA. We'll start off with the Brooklyn Nets. They are taking on the Miami Heat. Miami Heat's a -3.5 in this game with a total of 216.5. And I think this might be the only game I get to anything in. And it's my normal play. Give me the Brooklyn Nets. They are 9-1-1 against the spread, and they just continue to cover. The one game they didn't cover was the 11.5 point spread against Boston, and I'm not really overly worried about that one. They have been a very, very consistent team all year long, so I'm just going to continue to back them. Brooklyn plus 3.5 will be my only play in the NBA today. And that will bring us to this game, which I had a slight lean, but not enough to really want to get involved with it. We get the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're 2-point favorites against the Warriors. 226.5 is the total. Thunder, 2-point favorites. I kind of lean Warriors in this one, and it's only because I'm kind of fading the suspension type of deal. Draymond Green suspended for a game. And just a lot of crazy stuff that happened in the last game. I think this could be an interesting kind of like bounce back-esque spot for the Golden State Warriors. Is it something I'm getting to? No. Kind of real brief with this 2-game slate. Lean Warriors, not betting it. I will be on the Nets in the early game. You're good, Nick. I'm pretty much done. I'm done with the thing anyway. Heat moneyline, Warriors moneyline, parlay on my card. I like Brooklyn, but I'm not trying to jump into a spot because you look at Brooklyn 9-1-1 against the spread, including 4-1 on the road. Heat, they're 3-1 at home, 0-4 against the spread. So this one ends up being a nice spot for Brooklyn for me. I have under 145 in the Charleston game and St. Louis -2.5 early. I don't hate the unders early. I'm just gonna be rooting for Vermont in that early game. Oh, a big NBA slate. Yeah, we'll have a big slate tomorrow. Pitt and Kraken. Pittsburgh, yes. Kraken, yes. So I like both of those, Kyle. All right. That is everything for today's slate. We'll do a quick little bit of
housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Those are the big four: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. All of those linked down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. You get cards for both basketballs and both footballs. So if you guys are interested in that, boom, right there. Recap for today. Pull it up. I am on Vegas puck line +130, Yotes puck line +185, Penguins puck line +165, Seattle money line -115, Florida Panthers +110, and I will also be on the under in the Ravens game. I'm on the Ravens, and I'm going to be on the Brooklyn Nets. What's your favorite hookie play? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.